Let me show you how propaganda can be created on social media to skew your opinion of public policy.
You want to know why I'm not having an aneurysm over people losing their food stamps on November 1st? Here's why.
Them grocery shop with us. Go by faster. One of you. This what I pick, and this what he picked.
Did you catch it? If not, don't worry, in a minute she's going to elaborate on her position, but then after that I want to show you an edit I made of the same video.
I tell you what, how about this instead? If you're on food stamps, you get a pre-selected box of meat, bread, rice, food staples, and fruits and vegetables. No more handing you a debit card filled with other people's cash for you to go load up on Oreos.
So I found the original and I re-edited it based on her feedback. Also, they didn't get Oreos.
Got to check on this really quick. Hold on. Let's get it. No, get it. Shoot. Oh, excuse me. It's butter. This is butter. This is not you. This butter. On top of eggs is crazy. Okay, guys, now. Stinky. Tiffany.
And there you can clearly see that they got tons of canned and fresh fruits and vegetables. They got oil, eggs, butter, milk, and a lot of meats, all of which are staples for most families. And if you watch the video in its entirety, it's clear that there are children in the home, and a good chunk of what they buy is for those kids. There are nutritious foods there for the kids, but also some fun stuff to help them have an enjoyable childhood. Personally, I have no problem paying for that. And then there's a few odds and ends and snacks and some convenience foods, which makes sense for a family. As somebody who has a family, you need some convenience foods to make easy and quick. This was a very normal, general American diet shopping trip, and I don't have any issue with it. But somebody used it to create propaganda to get you to dislike food stamps and the recipients of them.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren.
And I'm Maureen.
Right. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about a white creator on TikTok who thought it wise to come on TikTok and call out black people. She was trying to shame them for using SNAP benefits.
Right, and the whole internet came down on her for this because she used the video of this black family and misrepresented the information in order for her to fit her narrative. So let's watch what she said and then we come back and talk about it. You can also let us know what you think about the episode on the comment section and consider subscribing if you're new to our channel. Let's watch.
You want to know why I'm not having an aneurysm over people losing their food stamps on November 1st? Here's why.
Come grocery shop with us. Go by faster. One of you. This what I pick, and this what he picked.
I tell you what, how about this instead? If you're on food stamps, you get a pre-selected box of meat, bread, rice, food staples, and fruits and vegetables. No more handing you a debit card filled with other people's cash for you to go load up on Oreos. The goal here is to keep you from starving because taxpayers do not need to bankroll your junk food pantry or your health problems. You want to know why I'm not having an aneurysm over people losing their food stamps on November 1st? Here's why.
Man, cut the bullshit off. Because first of all, you edited the video. The things that you listed that they should get, they did get. And I love how every example you use about food stamps are only black people. And if you actually do some research, you notice that white people use food stamps more. But you're sitting here posting multiple black people talking about food stamps. At the end of the day, just keep it real, sweetheart. You don't like black people. Get your racist ass off this app.
I love white women, not because they're perfect, but because their delusion is elite, baby. You could give them the world, free food, free housing, a whole feminist movement, and they will still say they are being oppressed. Now that's a fucking talent. You almost gotta respect it. In the sense of history, every system in this country has been built to prioritize them first. Food stamps, housing programs, women's rights, DEI. It is all for them first. They were first in line every fucking single time. And yet they think they're the underdog. So when I see white women come on this app and shame black women, shame people of color for using government assistance, I have to take a laugh. Because all of these programs were created with you in mind first. You were first to pour white trash, the first to go hungry, the first to need government housing, the first to be in a ghetto. It's like you forgot where you came from, or at least where your ancestors came from. This is the epitome of white privilege, and it's almost a state of delusion I wish I could live in. White women, you're not better. You just were first, which makes you the example, not the exception.
You want to know why I'm not having an aneurysm over people losing their food stamps?
I don't care what you spend my tax money on, right? When you go to feed your kids, I don't care. I grew up on food stamps, right? My family was on food stamps my entire life growing up, and they were little paper dollars that you could give the fucking cashier, like money. Then they changed it to EBT, and now they're SNAP benefits. My biggest problem, though, with most of your videos is that you only talk about black people being on EBT, right? It's like you're trying to paint this narrative like black people are the problem, when all of us know, right, who have any kind of fucking critical thinking skills or can Google, that there are more Republicans on SNAP than there are Democrats. There are far more SNAP recipients in Republican states than Democratic states.
How about this instead? If you're on food stamps, you get a pre-selected box of meat, bread, rice, food staples, and fruits and vegetables. No more handing you a debit card filled with other people's cash for you to go load up on Oreos. The goal here is to keep you from starving, because taxpayers do not need to bankroll your junk food pantry or your health problems.
Not even mentioning the undertones of racism in that video, wearing a lack of empathy like it's the latest beauty trend, and cruelty as a badge of honor is just the new norm from Republicans. Cosplaying as Christians, draping the burnt, charred remains of the American flag. Meanwhile, somehow, America First means we're letting millions of Americans go hungry while we laugh about it and give $40 billion to Argentina to help their economy and continue to fund Israel so they can have free healthcare and free college. Companies keep raising their prices. Billionaires and pastors are writing off jets and yachts. But yeah, the neediest, most vulnerable people in America are the problem. Are you guys okay?
You want to know why I'm not having an aneurysm over people losing their food stamps?
Y'all are killing me. Another privileged, heartless white woman complaining that the couple spent too much money on snacks. Intentionally leaving out the fact that they bought bread, milk, meat, juice, and eggs. The fuck? You probably buy the same snacks for your kids all the fucking time. What makes you so much better than someone else just because you have more money than they do?
The people who receive SNAP benefits and EBT are just lazy. Hi, my name's Lacey. I'm a single mom to a medically complex child, and I work full time. I also have to pay my rent. I also have to pay her medical bills. I also have to attend IEP meetings, which I have to go to a meeting about how IEPs are no longer. Hi, hello? I have to get another job. I have to pay for childcare. Do you want to know how expensive preschool is? Do you? I have to apply to programs to help cover. Oh, wait, those programs are no longer. Okay, perfect. Great. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
There are a whole bunch of people who have no idea how to exist without mooching off the taxpayer, who are...
This lady has me irate, okay? I have been on food stamps for a very long time. I am not ashamed of saying that, but I do have 4 children, and I do work my ass off, okay? I still do not make enough to be above not being able to get food stamps. So, yes, there may be people that are abusing the system, but not everybody is abusing the system and being those horrible people. There are people that work their butt off and do what they can do for their children, but still not have enough to take care of the bills and everything. So this makes me upset. So upset.
You want to know why I'm not having an aneurysm over people losing their food stamps on November 1st? Here's why.
Is it because food stamps don't cause aneurysms? Maybe you lack information that would allow you some empathy. Food stamps are not there to greatly disrupt the lives of the people who have already had great disruptions from financial burdens. See, disruptions to life like this can cause an inability to thrive, especially if you're a young human. Food stamps are there to bridge that time, so at least you have the food while you make it through that financial hardship. I'll make it easy. Let's say you're used to sailing in the Caribbean, but today you wake up and you're sailing the Cape of Good Hope. That is a violent difference. You're going to have a shit ton of studying and figuring it out along the way to do. During that time, at least you get to eat the way you want to. And your kids get to eat the way they're used to. See, the food stamps are there to minimize the damage caused by financial hardship, not create more. Anyway, I hope this helped.
You want to know why I'm not having an aneurysm over people losing their food stamps on November 1st? Here's why.
Look, you weird ass person. Nobody asks you shit. Stay the fuck out of other people's pockets and other people's business. Go find you some business that pays you. You know what makes me so angry is that y'all come on this internet and y'all bashing people for spending food stamp money on food. It don't matter if it's processed or not. Y'all upset that they're spending food stamp money on food. Y'all want them to buy the food that y'all approve of because y'all it's the taxpayers' money. These people who paying for food with food stamps, 9 times out of 10 their asses work a minimum wage ass job. So clearly they're paying food with their tax-paying money as well. Am I the only one that get this shit? Like, am I the only smart person in the room? Make common what ain't common. Like, make it make sense to me. They're spending money on food, right? Food. They get $400. She used a clip. She used a clip of a couple that's using food stamps to go buy food. They went to the store and they bought all this food. It may not be the food that you eat, but it's the food that they eat. So they figured out a way to make their $400 spread. You don't know how many fucking kids they got. You don't know how many mouths they got to feed. But all you know is that they spent over $300 in the grocery store and probably walked out there with less bags than we used to walk out with back in the day. Back in the day, $300 got us 2.5 cart full of food. $300 don't run shit now. So y'all mad because they're using food stamp money to buy food. But you think that they should get approved food, approved meat, approved pantry items. Bitch, who the fuck are you? What kind of shit is this? And it be your people, no offense, but your fucking Republican ass people. I ain't talking about color. I'm talking about the party that y'all looking at. It be y'all motherfuckers out here standing in the damn food stamp line waiting on that food. Waiting in the pantry line trying to get that last box. Because y'all ass is sitting around here acting like y'all too good to get something that the government is trying to help y'all fucking get. But you know what? I do not care. I do not care. I don't know if you a furloughed employee with too much fucking time on your hands. Clearly you are. But I need you to go find some business. Go do DoorDash. Go do something. Go figure it out. Go do something with your life. Your life is just miserable.
So guys, welcome back. Let us know what you think about the episode we just played you. Yeah, you know, this is not the first time I'm seeing this woman's video, and I've seen a lot of creators use her videos, you know. And the first time I saw her video, I saw why she was angry and I saw some sense that she was making. But that was not until today when I was looking at this video and it was gaining traction on TikTok. And why was that? Because apparently this woman had edited the video of the people she was talking about, you know, because her whole her whole argument was based off of these people using SNAP benefits in the wrong way, and she called them out because for her she was saying that these people were using their SNAP benefits in order to get junk food and get, according to her, she didn't want to also pay for their health problems, you know. Right. And that was just very ignorant of her to do, and I find it funny you have to edit somebody's video for you to pass across your message, you know.
Right, and this is why we are saying, and we've been saying ever since this news broke out that SNAP benefits were being cut back, right? This is why we say it's very dangerous how you try to pass your message across, because amongst those who you believe are misusing the SNAP benefits are people who are genuinely in need of these SNAP benefits, and because of people like her who edit other people's videos to fit her narrative, they make the whole internet believe that there is a bigger number of people who are misusing the SNAP benefits than there is the ones who truly need it.
Right, and I find it funny that she had to edit the video for her to pass across that message, you know.
Right.
And one of our speakers, Nini, she's called Talk Your Shit Nene on TikTok.
Right, I believe she's also on YouTube.
Right, she was talking about how in the first place, the reason why the government even had all these benefits to begin with, and she made a lot of sense, because to think about it, guys, SNAP benefits, all these assets that the government has, it wasn't because they cared so much about the black community
and wanted the black community to get ahead in life.
Right? It's
the
not
black
because
community just happened to benefit from it after white people were considered first,
right? And when she was talking about how things like food stamps, things like DEI, all those government assets started coming into place, and this is because white women really needed those help, you know. And do you think at the time when they were looking at how much help the white women needed, do you think they had black people in mind? No. And the reason why people even voted to end Obamacare is because, and we've done this episode before, because white people thought that Obamacare was only benefiting black people, and in their brains they were like, why do black people have to benefit from Obamacare? And there's those group of people who could not bear the thought of the black community benefiting from anything, you know, so they decided to vote to end the program, you know.
Right. And this is not to say that black Americans are also not complaining about SNAP benefits. Of course, black Americans, nobody wants to pay for a free ride for anybody, but there is a difference between those who are freely riding on these benefits without wanting to find a job, and those who truly are in need of it and have no other choice but to use their benefits.
Right. And from that episode which I'm talking about, you could see a very clear social what is it called, experiment, where they were asking white people, would you rather Affordable Act Care or would you rather Obamacare, and why would you prefer whichever you select, you know? And a lot of them were going with Affordable Act Care because they were saying Obamacare was for black people, and a lot of them, they were saying they
didn't see how Obamacare was relevant to America,
them, right? And they were answering that some of them just didn't like it because they didn't like Obama. So you find like people are really acting from a point of ignorance, the same as the woman who's being called out today. And the unfortunate part is that this woman is not even sorry. She keeps on driving very ignorant thoughts on her channel, you know.
Right, but the thing that we usually say is, right now we are in the 21st century, and most importantly, we are in the age of the internet and social media, whereby if you dare lie about something today, of course, people will believe you today and it will gain traction, but by tomorrow, most people will have known that you're lying about a particular issue.
Right.
And that being said, I really love how people who consider themselves to have integrity came out and spoke out against this woman, both white and black Americans.
Yeah, and guys, do you know how funny it is how when certain programs are being ended, at first it's being thought of as it's being
benefiting black people only.
Exactly. Only for you to come out and realize later that a lot of white people were benefiting from these programs. Let's talk about DEI hire. DEI hire was initially associated to the black Americans, only for a lot of
people didn't even care when first they said that they were ending DEI hire, until when the process started and many white women were also being laid off, and they came to realize that they were also part of the DEI hire. They were coming to that realization, you know.
Right, and the same with affordable Obamacare, right? A lot of them are coming out talking about how much they're being affected. So now let's talk about the very recent one, the current one, the reason why we are here, SNAP benefits. How many white people, and personally I can say I really big up the white people who are coming out and speaking up against such people, because even them, they are not afraid to let the world know that they've benefited from SNAP benefit
at some point
or still are benefiting from that system, and they're talking about it having helped them, and they're not exactly black people, you know, they're white.
Right, because a long time ago, I don't know if we were the ones who are not privy to that information, but a long time ago, you wouldn't find a lot of white people standing up and saying, hey,
it was
like a big secret amongst the white community. Only they themselves knew they were using
how many
food
of
stamps,
them,
but amongst the black community, they were perceived as, at least outside of America, people
Abusers
thought
of the
that
system,
they were black Americans were the ones using food stamps a lot. It was not until we came across a video of a white man. We did that video last year. He was saying how white people for the longest time have benefited from food stamps and such programs, you know.
But you know, the best part of it is that because it wasn't common knowledge back then, that is the reason why they've chose to end it. Some of them are participating in ending such programs, and this is exposing the white community for what it was, you know. It's really exposing them.
Yeah, but again, what I would like to say is, amongst a sea of bad people, there are also some good people, and we are seeing that with these people who are coming out right now, the white ones, of course, who are saying that they are also benefiting from this SNAP benefit, and they're calling out their own, and most probably people like this woman who's being called out for has never really used SNAP benefit. She doesn't even know how the program works in order for her to generally conclude that black families are misusing this program by buying snacks. Are there people who do this? Of course, there must be people who do this, but find the right people to point your barrel at. Don't edit a video and make it seem like this is what everybody is doing this kind of thing.
Right, and at the end of the day, everybody needs a little cheat day or a little some sugar or whatever you want to call it, you know. So because you're getting,
although I know how that you saying that it will make people feel like they don't want to pay for people's junk food. It's what people are saying.
What I'm saying is, you can't eat spinach every day, you know.
It's what I wanted to say. I do agree with you on that point, that you can't survive on vegetables every day. You need something to sweeten your life.
Yeah, and the argument she was
bringing,
she ended up saying that it would be okay if those people were buying eggs, meat, you know, things like that.
And the whole video showed that the very same people were buying the eggs and the meat.
God, I don't know what anyway, she was talking from a white privileged point of view. But guys, let us know what you think about this episode on the comment section. Also consider subscribing if it's your first time here, and we'll catch you on our next episode.